Assalamualaikum students, class 7, subject science, chapter number 8, respiration. It's all about energy. Today we will start from the topic breathing on page number 101. What is the breathing? Breathing takes place in the lungs and is simply a way of getting oxygen into the body and carbon dioxide out of it. Blood carries oxygen from the lungs to the cells and carbon dioxide from the cells back to the lungs. Next, the structure of the lungs. The lungs are two elastic pouches lying inside the ribs. They are connected to the air inside the body by the windpipe or trachea. Here you can see in the figure that there is a pipe shape thing which is connected to the mouth and the lung. This is called trachea, and this opens into the back of the mouth and nose. The trachea divides into two smaller tubes called bronchi, and one of these goes into each lung before dividing further into smaller tubes called bronchioles. Okay, first of all there is trachea, and it is further divided into two smaller tubes called bronchi, and this bronchi divided into further smaller tubes called bronchioles. And after this, the bronchiole further and in tiny thin wall air sacs called alveoli. Now lining all the air passages are two types of cells. Okay, first type of cell is covered with the tiny hairs, microscopic hairs called cilia, and the other cell produces a sticky liquid called mucus. Okay, mucus avoid dust particles and bacteria to enter in our body because small dust particles and bacteria stick to the mucus. The cilia beat to carry the mucus up to the back of the mouth where it is consumed. Oxygen moves into the blood system by diffusion. Okay, what is diffusion? Diffusion is the process in which the movement of a molecule from an area of a high concentration to the molecules to the area of lower concentration. Okay, this is the process which is called diffusion, and oxygen moves into the blood system by diffusion process. The alveoli are well adapted to speed up this process. Okay, because there are thousands of very small alveoli, there is a very big surface area for the oxygen to diffuse across. Okay, here you can see the alveoli are arranged in bundles like bunches of grapes, as you can see in the figure, and there is a big surface area for the oxygen to diffuse across, and the walls of alveoli are very thin, just in places of 1 cell thick, and the lining of alveoli is moist, mean to say liquidy or slightly wet, so that the oxygen can dissolve, and the alveoli are surrounded by tiny blood vessels called capillaries. Okay, here you can see that a blood vessel through which blood is moving, that is called capillaries, which is around the alveoli, and these carry the oxygen away and bring carbon dioxide back. Okay, here you can see from one side of the capillary, blood brings carbon dioxide to the lungs, and the carbon dioxide was produced in respiration in the cells. And see, on the other end of that capillary, the blood takes oxygen away to every cell in the body where it is used for respiration. Okay, further check that carbon dioxide moves from the blood into the alveoli by diffusion process, and similarly oxygen goes from the alveoli into the blood by diffusion process.